Android Authority, what is going on? My name is Kevin, the Tech Ninja, and today we're going to do a full review of the Galaxy S5 Sport. Meet Samsung's Galaxy S5 Sport, available only on Sprint. Bulky, rubbery, and colorful are just a few adjectives that comes to mind when using the S5 Sport for the first time. Sure, it's a Galaxy S5, and all the things that made the S5, you can pretty much find here. It's around 10 grams heavier, and its rugged design style makes it look a lot bulkier than it truly is. The power button is located on the right-hand side, and on the opposite side, as you'd expect, you find the volume rocker. Albeit the buttons are a bit clickier, it's still in the same location. The rubbery feeling of the Sport does not give it a sense of a premium device. Not saying the S5 did, but the aesthetics on the Sport takes it down a notch further. The Sport comes in a few different colors. The red version that I have is more of a metallic burnt red color, which looks pretty good. The navigation buttons are one major change that you'll find on the S5 Sport. No longer you'll find the tactile buttons, but rather physical buttons, slightly raised and a carbon fiber type of design. The Sport has the same 5.1 AMOLED screen that was found on the S5, which isn't a bad thing at all. It still has a high pixel density at 432 ppi, and the bright and vivid screen brings in clean and detailed images. Text pop and also video playing looks great. The blacks are deep and the whites are a pure white. It's not that yellowish color that you sometimes see on other handsets. Samsung really crafted a fantastic screen that is actually underrated. It doesn't get enough credit sometimes. On the back of the device, you'll find a 16 megapixel camera with an LED flash. The aperture is at f2.2, which allows it to be pretty decent at low light, and it gives you a really nice depth of field. Just like the vanilla S5, the camera in good lighting is fantastic, although in low lighting it lacks color, but still grabs a better image than most phones. When it comes to video recording, you can record at 4K resolution at 30 frames per second. The screen isn't 4K, but you can watch it on a 4K display. And trust me on this, it looks really, really good. On the hardware side of things, you'll find a decently spec'd device. At this time, this isn't exactly cutting edge, as these specs were announced about 6 months ago. You'll find the Qualcomm Snapdragon 801 processor, which gives you good performance with excellent battery life, the Adreno 330 GPU, which is beefy enough to run all current Android mobile games that are out there today, and you'll find 2 GB of RAM on board, which is pretty much a bare minimum now to be considered a flagship phone. Onboard storage, you'll find 16 GB, but after it's all said and done, after Android, TouchWiz, and Sprint takes their share, it leaves you with a measly 10 GB. Thankfully, you can expand the onboard storage up to an additional 128 GB with a micro SD card. On the back, you'll find the camera and also a heart rate monitor. Now, one small change from the S5 to the Sport is that it's using a standard USB port and not Samsung's newer USB port design. Not sure what the true reason is for this change. With any device running a Snapdragon 801 with 2 GB of RAM, you'd expect the following: good battery life, silky smooth performance, and fast multitasking. The S5 Sport is no exception. The bare specs of this device allows it to be a true screamer and handles most tasks with little issues. Even when gaming that utilizes the Adreno 330 GPU, it runs fast. The battery life is what you'd expect from the S5, up to 21 hours of constant talk time and up to 16.2 days of full standby time. I received around 18 hours of moderate use with 2 hours and 30 minutes of screen on time. Now, where the performance takes a hit, it's sadly at fault of the software. The S5 Sport is running Android KitKat, and as expected, the latest version of TouchWiz is in tow as well. TouchWiz is Samsung's skin right on top of Android. It adds tons of new features like window-in-window application, S-Health, and power saving mode. Sprint has a huge influence on the software on the phone, and it's evident the first moment you boot it up. The home screen is cluttered with applications that provides free trials or links to the Play Store downloads, and you'll find even more once going into the app drawer. Here you'll find about 4 pages littered with applications, promotions, and other stuff you frankly wouldn't use. Even beyond the extra apps, there are a few things that consistently run on the home screen. Sprint has a floating button that lets you get into the health portion of the phone, and also a page turn animation that sits in the top corner. And if you go into this, you'll find additional fitness applications and other goodies that they provide. Since sport is in its name, then it's only proper to mention its sporting features, right? Sure, you have the S Health suite that's found on the standard S5, which is a pedometer. It even lets you track your heart rate with a monitor that's located on the back. But what else does it provide you to help you with sports stuff? Within the sports suite, there is little use for most of the applications and links in there. A lot of these applications are normal applications you can find in the App Store, and a lot of them have some overlapping features with each other. If you're unsure if this phone is for you, then answer these few questions. Do you want Samsung's newest phone? Do you mind that it's thicker than the S5 and does not provide any additional protection? If you think a phone that's geared to activity with cool inspiration sayings on the wallpaper will motivate you to work out, then go for it. But if I need to sum up the S5 Sport in one line, then it's this. The S5 Sport is a great idea, but that was ruined by a carrier with a bad design. Here's a few notes that I wanted to add after the review. I don't want to underestimate the amount of bloatware was on this device. This is the most bloatware heavy device I've ran into in my whole life. Now, I've used phones from Verizon, from Sprint, from AT&T and T-Mobile. Now, this Sprint version of the Galaxy S5 Sport has so many applications. It dumbfounded me, the amount of applications that it comes with that are trial applications and other applications that expire in 30 days or anything like that. So I want to say that first. And also, I don't want to underplay the fact that it's still a Galaxy S5, which is still a flagship device. So it does run very well. It's a quick phone. It looks good, and it's actually not that heavy. But when you compare it to the Galaxy S5, the normal one, I just don't see the big benefit between the two. And plus, the S5 Sport right now is $100 more than the Galaxy S5. As always, guys, my name is Kevin the Tech Ninja. Make sure you drop me a like down below if you like this video, and subscribe to my channel for more great videos and content. As always, guys, my name is Kevin the Tech Ninja. You have yourself a great day, and this is Android Authority, your source for all things Android. Take care, guys.